This video is going to cover the 5 cons of living in Oshawa and how they're actually pros. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Brad with Right at Home Realty and I am a local realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario. If you are new to the channel or you have not done so yet, please subscribe and click the little bell next to it. That way you're notified each and every time I do a new video. In this video, I'm going to be covering off the 5 cons of Oshawa and how they can actually be flipped around and be a pro. If you are looking to relocate here, you can reach out, you can call, you can text, you can email, even send the carrier pigeons, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to help make it easier for you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Our first con is bad image. The schwa, the dirty schwa, swiggity schwa, the schwiggity. Yes, those are some of the nicknames you might have heard Oshawa being referred to. I know I sure have. The city as a whole was given a bad reputation based on how it used to be. The pro side of this is Oshawa has turned into a city of motion where they've been constantly evolving. In the 80s, GM plant employed approximately 23,000 employees, which was the top employer in Oshawa. By 2018, that number had dwindled down to about 2,500. The city became very diverse and now looked at employers like OPG, which was, although they don't have a location in Oshawa, they're in Darlington, or they have it in Pickering, where people commute from Oshawa. Lakeridge Health, which also has the top cancer center in all of Canada. Post-secondary schools, where you have Durham College, Ontario Tech University, which also used to be called UOIT, and then you have Queen's University has a remote campus here, and Trent University has a remote campus here. Sports, if you're interested in sports, the sports programs here in Oshawa are fantastic. And if you look at this Civic Auditorium, which is located at Thornton and Gibb, it's just a place that has outdoor soccer fields, it has outside lacrosse fields, it has indoor soccer fields, swimming pool, rec center. That's also the location of the Trent University remote campus. You look at the Robert McLaughlin Art Gallery. It's the 5th largest collection of art in Ontario, and it's also the top in the world when it comes to the Painter's 11 collections. Our second con is bad pockets. Every time I meet new people that are looking to move here, or even within Oshawa looking to move to another area of Oshawa, they've always mentioned to me that they were told to stay away from South Oshawa. And the reality is, South Oshawa has a lot of nice areas and nice pockets, and yes, they do have bad pockets and bad areas. And this here is Lakeview Park, which is in South Oshawa. This here is Stone Street, which is in South Oshawa, and these are $1 million homes that are backing onto Lake Ontario. If you do live in South Oshawa, perhaps drop some comments below to let people know your experience, because there are a lot of good experiences there in South Oshawa, and unfortunately people have been given the information that South Oshawa is a bad area. Our third con has to do with the 401 traffic and the distance from the GTA. There's no secret that the traffic on the 401 can get very congested. Some pockets are worse than others, and an example of a bad pocket is the 401 and Salem Road when you're heading eastbound back into Oshawa. It does get very congested there, and what I found from my commuting days before I did real estate full-time is I would stay into the merge lane as long as you could until you have to merge over into the regulars, and that saves you a little bit of time. It might get people not to like you very much, but it does get you home a little bit faster. There's 2 other options that you can use as well, which is the 407 and the GO Train. GO Train's regular service, and the 407 will take you pretty much anywhere you want to go in and around the GTA. So let's pull up a map here, which I'm going to show you. I made the map, so it's not perfect. I'm not a graphics designer, but it gives you an idea based on distance and house prices in and around the GTA. I hope you will not laugh at me for my creative efforts, but again, I am not a graphics designer, but I wanted to put the information out there. So let's take a look at that. So this here is Union Station, and it gets you to This is the 401 East, which gets you to Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, and Oshawa. Keep going and you hit Belleville, Kingston, all the way to Ottawa, Montreal. You go up here, this is the 404, which takes you to Richmond Hill, Newmarket. You go further north and it gets you to Keswick or Georgina. This here is the 400, which would get you to Vaughan, Alliston, Barrie. You keep going, you're going to go through, Northern Ontario. Here would be the 401 West, which you would then get onto the 410 North, which would get you to Brampton, Caledon areas. Between Caledon and Orangeville, the 410 turns into Highway 10, and that gets you to Orangeville, Shelburne. You keep going, you'd hit Owen Sound, Tobermory. That's kind of all that's up here. As you can see, when you go from Union to all these different areas, the house prices in Oshawa are pretty much most comparable to Shelburne, which is about 40 kilometers further north than Union Station. So hopefully you found that information useful. So let's jump on to our next con of Oshawa. Our fourth con is College or University Town. And a lot of people I talk to, they feel like Oshawa is a college or university town based on the fact of how many post-secondary schools there are here. And I feel that this is actually a pro because it allowed Oshawa to transition from a city so heavily dependent on the auto industry into one that has a changing demographic. A lot of young professionals are coming here to learn, go to school, and they end up really liking the city and staying. A perfect example of this would be me and my wife. We came here back in 2013 for her to be doing her university, and we really liked the city and we stayed, and we ended up growing a family here. Both of our kids were born at Lake Ridge Health, and our experience was absolutely fantastic. And a lot of people are worried about parties and young adults that are here just to party, but the city did a great job at regulating everything. And the areas close to the school, they have a licensed area. If you want to know more about that, I did a video based on investing in student rentals, and I go over the licensed area and how it's regulated. The university and colleges are actually a big asset. They're attracting better opportunities between Trent University, Ontario Tech, which is formerly UOIT, Durham College, Queen's University. They have a remote campus here. They have a Learn Center actually, and it's at Lake Ridge Health, and it's so advanced that they have mannequins that can actually blink and talk, and they have a pulse. It's bringing future doctors, nurses, engineers, and so much more. There's a Rick Mercer report he did here for the engineering wind tunnel. That's freaking hilarious. Like it's a great thing for the city, and I just so passionate and able to share that with everybody. Our fifth con is property tax. Yes, property taxes are higher in Oshawa, and I think I touch on it on every single video that I do. And the main reason is because it's a big talking point when I'm meeting new people who are looking to relocate here to Oshawa. They always ask why the property taxes are what they are. And the way I've always explained it as a positive is the cost of living is lower here. Property taxes are based on the value of a house, and the houses here are valued on average lower than everywhere else in the GTA. On top of that, there's less congestion. My sixth point that I did not label as a pro or a con because I feel it is right down the middle is GM stopping production of their vehicles here at the Oshawa plant. Ever since they announced the closure of the plant, they also announced that they were investing $170 million to transform a new GM auto parts manufacturing operation. They were also going to be creating a 55-acre advanced technological track, which would consist of real-world testing on driverless vehicles, electric vehicles, and other vehicles, which they can test on a controlled track. They are taking the lead in a vision for a world with zero crashes, zero emissions, and zero congestion. This won't come without hard work and change, but Oshawa is embracing that vision for our future. That concludes our video. I hope you got something out of it and you were able to learn a little bit more about Oshawa. If you forgot at the beginning, please like and subscribe to the channel and click that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post a new video. And reach out anytime if you are looking to relocate here or you have questions about Oshawa. I absolutely love it when people reach out, either from different cities, provinces, or countries. I'm here working for you to make your relocation a lot easier. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.